Okay, so here we are after finishing Black Myth Wukong. I had said a while ago I wanted to do a video about the game and then thought, wait a second, it's a game all about the bosses. Let me just do a video where I rank the bosses, because that's kind of mostly what I want to talk about anyway. And as I did for a lot of bosses in Wukong, I used Pluck of Many, and I've got some backup to assist me. Backup, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Wyatt, and I am just another hair from this guy's head. That's how that works.
These are my boys.
I probably won't be here long, but long enough to do some damage.
Okay. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and do some damage. We'll do the tier list. So, as I try to do with my tier lists, I want to start from the bottom of the tiers. Oh, sorry, I said you were going to have control of the mouse. And just kind of explain what everything means. So, from the bottom, no contest. This just means neither of us fought it. Not every boss in this game is mandatory. Quite a few of them are optional. There's a couple on the list I know I didn't fight, because I know I didn't fight all the frogs. So, that just means we didn't fight it. Bottom of the fucking barrel, for me, it means it's the worst. It is the absolute worst of the worst. I hate it. I wish it wasn't here. The game is worse because this thing exists in it. F tier, for me, it just means it's dog shit. It is not the worst of the worst, but it's a contender for being worst of the worst. D tier just means it's mediocre. It's not good, but it's not completely awful. C, it's kind of mid. I'm kind of neutral on it. There's some good, there's some bad, or it's just I don't have much of an opinion. B means, for me, I respect it more than I like it. Like, it's cool. There's things I like about it, but it's eh. A means I do really like it. I can stand for it. S tier, for me, it's like these are the contenders for being my favorite, and then the double S is the chef's kiss, the best of the best. Wyatt, going through the tiers, is that kind of how you see them as well, or do you have your own personal opinion on them?
No, that pretty much sums up more or less what I would say about these guys. Like, I'm gonna reserve some good judgments for the tops, and there's gonna be some real stink down here.
Alright, so in that case, let's go ahead and get started with the first one. We have them more or less here in alphabetical order. There might be a few that are missing. Like, I tried to go ahead and leap. I guess it makes sense with their frogs. I tried to group the frogs together and, the carts together. For the most part, everything else should be in alphabetical order, but we'll go as we go when it comes to that. So, I guess if we want to be cheeky with it, do you want to start from the top, or do you want to start from the bottom in terms of alphabetical order?
Ooh, you know what? Let's go ahead and start from the bottom, because I'm already seeing a pretty nice little top or higher boy right here.
Alright, let's do it. So that is a two-phase fight, so you want to just talk about them both one after the other?
Yeah, let's talk about them for a little bit. Yeah, no, I remember the Zhu-Baji fight being just a really interesting little fight. It's a really good lore moment, or not lore, but story moment for everyone. It's yeah, I had a really fun time actually getting to fight the guy. So
I remember one thing I had told you was I had heard that you could get his rake as part of the game. And I don't know where I heard that, because I think that was completely wrong.
Oh, I was about to ask if you did.
No, I think it was, I don't know. I think I just made some shit up and thought it was real. Because I was so looking forward to being able to do it. And it was after this fight specifically, I was like, dude, can I make his rake?
No, I think since you can't make his rake, we're just going to have to put them both bottom of the barrel. They're pretty bad.
Fair. That's pretty tough.
No. But honestly, though, it's kind of tough, though, because it's it's been a minute since I fought these two. I distinctly remember getting pretty hyped up when I saw the second encounter here. Because, honestly, I had no clue anything like this was going to be happening at this point. I had actually read Story to the West, or Journey to the West. My biggest encounter with that is Goku. So, I kind of want to put this guy... I'm kind of feeling like B, maybe. I don't want to start up too crazy. I don't want to be this guy's an A or anything like that.
I kind of want to put him in A, actually.
You do want to put him in A?
I do. So, from what I remember, Phase 1 is, it's pretty cool. Again, I'm fighting my boy. I'm having a pretty good time with it. And then he turns into this giant tar-covered Pumbaa. This is really fucking cool, actually. And you were talking about, with the lore and the story of it, it's, if I'm remembering correctly, this is in Chapter 4, which is one of my favorite chapters of the game. It's fantastic. Where I believe he's encountering an old flame from Journey to the West, and she's using her powers to manipulate him. So it's not like he's turned against you. It's there's some shit going on.
Yeah.
And so you're fighting your boy, and he turns into this giant monster, and then, like, as he's charging at you, like, there's mud and muck everywhere, and it's affecting your ability to move, which normally is shit that I would really hate. But, like, it's so cool, though. Like, I can't be that mad.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really fun fight, and I think the lore element makes me a bit more forgiving of some of the stuff I wouldn't have liked anyways. I don't know if I would quite go S. I think I would be happy putting this fight as a whole in A.
All right. Here we go. Zubaji and Zubaji 2. All right. And then we got Yin Tiger. Oh, this is the
blacksmith.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I actually didn't get to fight this guy until really, really late into our playthrough. I tried to do a thing with my buddy where we didn't look up anything about the game until we were pretty deep into it. And we missed pretty much every optional content until the end of the game. So we didn't actually find this village until we were in chapter 6. That being said, the village is nice. I like the little in-between time hub area. Gives you some time to collect yourself. But in particular, finding this guy and fighting his fight was kind of like a higher point for me. Like, he's got a really interesting moveset. One of the few dudes that, like, you just kind of fight to a stop, you know? Like, you're not here to kill the guy, and he's not here to kill you. Well, he'll kill you, but
he won't kill you. Like, your health will go down, and then be like, all right, come back when you're ready again. And then he just goes
really?
back. Yo, yeah.
Oh my goodness! It's been again. I think we might have clapped him. Unfortunately, he was cool. Though.
I lost to him a lot because, like, I got to him about as early as I could. I was like, all right, let me fight him. Oh, there goes all of my health.
Oh man. Yeah, no. You know what? I'm pretty cool with putting this guy somewhere. He's not like crazy for the story. I don't remember what he did that was like super important for the story.
He's just a blacksmith.
Yeah, just
like,
a blacksmith.
Because I know some of the other people that you meet in the hub world, you can meet them elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think he's exclusive to the hub world.
So, honestly, just by, virtue of just kind of being like cool dude with a cool fight, but not having too much more like relevance, I'm cool with keeping him around like B to C here, honestly.
I'll put him in B.
You'll put him in B?
I like. It's kind of like the Baizhe thing. Like, I just really liked this dude. Yeah. I really liked fighting him.
No, yeah, that's totally fair. And then we got Yellow Wind Sage.
Oh,
hold on.
So that's the boss at the end of chapter 2. That's Master Splinter.
That's what I thought. This guy I gave us some real trouble when we first fought him.
Because you guys didn't have the vessel for this fight, did you?
Oh, no, we did not.
Oh, so I tried doing this fight without the vessel, and I just kept getting absolutely clapped. I was getting a little better as it went along, and then after I got the vessel, it became a lot more manageable. I think he's a really fun fight.
Yeah. And honestly, like, it didn't take us, like all night or anything like that, but even without the vessel, we were able to have, like, some pretty good goes with him. Overall, yeah, this is when I was starting to feel like the game was, like, really hitting me good, like, really good high strides around Chapter 2. I kind of want to put this guy, like, in, like, high A, honestly.
Okay, that's completely fine with me. I will not fight you on that.
We'll put him between Zoo and Zoo 2.
Zoo 2.
Oh, wait, hold on. Zoo 2 needs to go up at the top. But yeah, overall, I just really did like the Yellow Wind Sage. He was a pretty good fight.
So, did you guys end up going back and doing, like, the other stuff for the vessels afterwards?
Yes, because we ended up going through and doing, like, all of the
optional that's right,
because
you have to do that shit to get Erlang.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah. Spoiler, we did get to Erlang. But it wasn't until very, very late in the game. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to remember the Chapter 2's special boss, because we kind of clapped 1 and 2. I only remember Elder Ejinchi over here because he looks like my other favorite guy, Blue Baby.
Who's pretty late alphabetically, so we'll get to Thanos Baby pretty soon.
But, yeah, I'm cool with keeping Yellow Wind here for right now. Yellow Robed Squire.
So, that was when I looked up earlier to remember what it was. So this is to get to, I think, the secret area of Chapter 2. You have to do that one side quest with the, like, drunk boar or whatever and his coin.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This is, like, his brother guy who's like, oh, you have my friend's coin. You must have killed him. I gotta fight you now.
That's so weird. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I remember anything other than this guy just kind of being, like, I need a stone to sober me up. I'm not sure about this guy, to be honest.
I mean, there's a lot of bosses here that are kind of more mini bosses. He's definitely more of a mini boss kind of fight. From what I remember, he wasn't super hard. I remember he kind of hit like a truck, but it wasn't like an insanely difficult fight. I think to me it's kind of like a C tier-ish sort of fight.
That's kind of where I'm feeling. Like, well, because I can't remember him, honestly, so I don't even know if I want to put him in a ranking myself. I think on this one I might just go with your...
He's a no contest for you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your ranking on it.
So we'll just leave him C, then.
If one of us has a ranking, we'll go ahead and put him in a ranking, even if one of us have a no contest.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
No, 100%.
If we both no contest,
then yeah, if
no
neither of us fought him, then... Okay, so who is that?
Oh, Yellow Loong.
Oh,
this guy.
This dude was so hard.
Great. This guy, he was one of the few bosses that we actually, when we were fighting, we had to just straight up say, I think what we'll have to do is play more of the game and come back to Yellow Loong. And when we did, though, we clapped his cheeks. I think this guy's honestly like the best Loong. Maybe next to, what is it, Cyan Loong? The blue Loong.
Like the slow old man one?
Yeah. I think this guy's honestly one of my favorite fights too, honestly, because on top of just being like a really good, challenging optional boss at the end of this like series of side quests, the transformation you get from him is so fun to use. It's probably one of the only times I felt really good using see through the enemy techniques. Because I'm not good. I'm not good at this game. I'm good enough to have beat it, and that's it. Other than maybe some of his attacks being a little wait and see, I think this guy is a contender for like A or maybe even S for me, honestly.
Honestly, I will have no beef putting this dude in S.
Yeah.
I really loved this boss because I remember you and Patrick had told me, you're like, okay, when you get to the last Loong, you're probably not going to be able to beat him at that point. And it's okay. I'm like, I've got this. Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I was trying hard. I was pulling out all my tricks. Nothing fucking worked. So I left, came back at one point, still couldn't beat him, left, came back again. I don't remember at what point it was. I was like, I'm not going to leave until I beat this guy. And I was there for a while. But I kind of had that run where I was like, I can do this. And then I died, which made me realize I can do this. I'm that close. I'm going to pull this off. And I did. It is a really, really fun fight.
I think this is like one of the first fights where we started being a little cheeky with how we approach bosses too, because we noticed that a lot of bosses you can just run up on. And we had this one particular set of rubble that we'd line ourselves up with before just executing a fully charged thrust attack on him. That's how we start the fight. Yeah, Yellow Long's pretty good high point for me in this game. All right, let's see who we got up next. Yellowbrow's second encounter. Dude,
okay, so let's just go and talk about both Yellowbrow fights in general. Because this is
and put them in double S, of course, right?
He's the best fight in the game.
Best fight in the game. I don't think anything contends. Honestly, everything else might as well be bottom of the fucking barrel. So, I'm lying. Yellowbrow, the thing is, if I can give him one thing, the fight fully encapsulates how you should feel about the character, and that's just, like, fucking awful. Like, he spends this whole chapter just kind of stringing you along and taking you through these, like, weird Loki mischief trickster games, and it's kind of interesting, but the fight itself, it feels like he's still playing games with you when you just want to play this game. If you catch my drift.
He kind of won't let you because of the shit he does.
He just won't. Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and just kind of, I'm not even like letting him hover in C tier. We'll hover him there while we talk about this. It's hard too because I can't remember a whole lot of the first encounter because the second encounter sticks out in my mind as being kind of a sore point of the game.
So here's what I will say. His first phase is actually really fun. Okay. Where he's just the big
giant
fat dude
guy.
with all like the lightning and shit. I remember, I think I did it on, like, my first try. Like, it wasn't easy, but I did it. I was like, this is really cool. This is really fun. Holy shit. I am so excited for the rest of this fight, and never have I regretted a sentence more.
And then you got pulled into a sack.
Yeah, which, we'll get to that later, because it's part of, like, all the shit with the Macaque King. But, like, that part is really cool, too. And I'm like, okay, this encounter is really hype. Like, it's multiple phases. Holy shit, now I've got this new transformation. This is kind of neat. And then you get to phase 2. So the first problem with phase 2 is none of your magic is going to work in this fight.
Oh, yeah,
You try to summon the boys start attacking you. You try to immobilize him, doesn't work. You try to go invisible, he makes a ring of lightning around him so you cannot go and hit him. He will not counter Ring of Fire. You can just do a Ring of Fire, like, I need some health, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to relax, I guess.
As a man who touted Ring of Fire late, I wish I didn't tout it late.
I think what happened is you had touted it to me, and I was like, I'm going to use it here because I think it'll be really helpful, and then didn't use it again until the very end of the game. But I needed it here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's problem number 1.
Yeah, it just doesn't really make... He forces you into a play style that most people probably aren't doing, because it's very specific, it feels like.
It kind of is, because, like, that's what leads to the next thing is he'll have these parts where he just turns gold. And when he does that, your light attacks bounce off. So what you told me after I beat the fight is you can knock him out of that with your charged heavy attacks.
And mind you, though, like, if you hit him with, like, a level 1 or a level 2 charged heavy attack, he might not even stagger. It has to be, like, a couple of those, or, like, one level 3 or 4.
That's the thing. I only had up to level 2s.
Yep.
And I tried doing that. I feel like I tried doing it. I was like, okay, my lights don't work, my magic doesn't work, and my heavies don't work. I just have to wait for this shit to be done. And anytime he did it, he's like, I'm just gonna go metal. Cool. So here's a long portion of the fight where I can't hit the boss. This fucking sucks.
Spoiler alert, some of the worst bosses in this game, weirdly enough, all have this mechanic. There's a couple of bosses with this mechanic, and it all starts here, it feels like.
But then you get his super unique mechanic, because other bosses do this super armor shit, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Other bosses will say, guess what? Your spell's not gonna work right now. If you try it again, it might.
Yep.
This is the only boss in the game, and this might be the only boss I've ever seen do this in any game, where partway through the fight, he will switch phases, and that will do damage.
Yes. I don't get that.
It's so weird. Like, you can see in the cutscene, like, okay, he's attacking me, but I'm expecting this is just a cutscene. Because
you can skip that.
Yeah, you can
skip
and
these.
other fights will do that, like when you're fighting the final boss. Like, he'll start kicking your ass as part of a cutscene. You don't take damage from it. You're like, wait, why is a chunk of my health missing? And it's not like, okay, he does a little bit of chip damage. No, it's like a good chunk that you just have to take for no reason.
And I swear, if anyone hearing this knows we're wrong, please tell me. Please tell me.
Like, is there a way we could have avoided that damage?
Because as far as I can tell, this guy just has an ass mechanic for no reason.
Because I think at one point I thought to myself, maybe it's like a revenge value thing, and like if you get far enough away from him, or you're in a transformation. No, because there was one point where I don't even know how I did it. I was on like the other side of the map, and then my boy just can't move. He comes over to me and then phase transitions. And there were other times where I was transformed. He waited for me to untransform and then did it. I don't think you can avoid it. I think the first phase is fun. Like, I would put it around like B tier-ish. Second phase, that is my bottom of the fucking barrel. No question. Yeah. I think it is absolute supreme dog shit.
I'm very cool with putting second phase at the bottom of the barrel. I don't remember having a fun time here, whatsoever. Yeah, you know, like, I'll go ahead and I'm cool with putting first encounter in B. I think I'm just putting some bad blood on that.
And like, that's fair. I can't blame you for that.
Yeah. Then, okay. Now that we got that out of the way, White-Clad Noble. This is one of the first bosses in the game that I really like remembering having like a 2-phase health bar kind of thing.
I think he is the first with 2 phases.
And also honestly one of the first bosses that gave me like a lot of trouble. Well, you know, for early in the game. that was fun. You know, that's where the game starts to really like show its teeth a bit, I feel like. And you know you're gonna be well, other than Blue Baby, you know, but Blue Baby's optional. Like we'll get to him.
Probably pretty soon. Is he next?
We're not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, honestly, just overall, I think that's a pretty good fight, especially where it's at in the game. Nothing crazy notable from what I remember story-wise. I think other than him just being kind of a valiant dude, not wanting to go down. I think I'm cool just keeping him in C.
I think I'd want to put him in B. It's for exactly what you were saying. It's like, this is the first boss with, like, 2 phases. It's kind of where, like you said, the game is really starting to show its teeth. Like, this is the kind of shit you're going to have to deal with. Is this the game you want to be playing or not? I do like that. I do think, like, he's not one of my all-time favorite fights, but I do think he is a pretty fun fight.
His position in the game, honestly, does kind of elevate him a little bit. Like, if he came as, like, a later fight, and, you know, they just, like, upped his damage values, I think it wouldn't have been as impactful, actually. I'm cool with putting him in B. I think that's a good spot for him. There you are, you noble man.
Is it Thanos?
He's coming.
He's coming up.
All right, Water Wood Beast?
Okay, I specifically remember looking this up earlier to see what it was, and I still forgot what it was. Oh, that's right. This was a no contest. I did not fight this thing. This is Chapter 6 is super open, and there's just a lot of shit. It's like this giant hippo thing. I did not fight this boss.
You know what? I didn't either, but for being a giant hippo, we're gonna put him in double S. That's actually like I mean, I can't believe I didn't fight this guy. He looks so cool.
Yeah, it's like that's actually a really cool design.
Goodness. No contest. Aww. Sorry, hold on. Let me do that better for you. No contest. And then here we go.
And there he is. There's Blue Baby.
Baby. Thanos. I am just slapping him an S. Oh man, I had a lot of fun with this fight, and I'm going to tell you, he set me up for a lot of the game. Because when you're spending hours just saying, you're supposed to skip this boss, but I'm not gonna, you get a lot of levels from the incidentals on the way. Also, we just kind of used Wandering White throughout the entirety of the game. I think there was maybe one other boss that we used a different, what do they even call these? Like,
I don't know, because, like, I think transformation, but that's a completely separate mechanic.
Yeah, like, I wanted to call them vessels, but I know that's, like, the like Bancho fan.
Yeah. The fan is so fucking good.
I love the fan.
Erling did not like the fan.
Oh, no, he did not. I want to put good old Thanos up in S so bad. It's not even funny.
I'm gonna let you have that.
He's just a good introduction to how hard the game's gonna kick your shit in. But at the same time, you don't have to. You don't have to fight this guy. And I think that's also an important lesson to learn very early on. There's just some obstacles that you really don't have to overcome, but you can.
You can, and you want to.
And
it's there. What else are you gonna do?
You're gonna break your head, so let's do it.
Like, your son Wukong, is he gonna run away from a giant baby?
No. He's gonna kick him in the forehead.
Steal his candy.
Yes. So, we're gonna put him all Blue Baby in S. Violence.
Do you want to skip ahead real quick and just get to Golden Thanos, just because they work kind of similar?
So the funny thing about Golden Thanos is we were in Chapter 6.
Oh, so you fucked him up.
When we fought Elder Jinchi. It was one of those things where as I was playing through the game, I kept thinking, where is this guy? I've seen him in, like, the promotional images. And he looks just like Blue Baby Thanos. Where's Gold Thanos? And, yeah, he was hiding in Chapter 1, and he probably should have kept hiding. I feel bad for him. That was one of those, almost no contest fights. But I still really enjoyed him. Do you remember some of his actual mechanics?
Yes, because I got to him in Chapter 1.
Okay.
Like, I didn't look anything up during Chapter 1. I just kind of happened to, like, find all the shit. So when I got to him, I was like, oh, I've kind of fought this boss already. This is really cool, because he fights a lot like Thanos does, where he has these, like, charge attacks that have a lot of range and hit you really fucking hard. And I had kind of gotten the pattern down for kind of like what you had said, spending quite a while fighting the other version. Like, okay, I got this. The problem that Golden Boy does, though, is he will summon, like, a bunch of worshippers.
Okay, I remember some of that.
Like, which on the one hand is like, okay, now I just kind of have to deal with mobs. He can also just, like, drain them and heal himself.
I thought I remembered something
You
like
are
that.
incentivized to not ignore the mobs and kill them very, very quickly to prevent that from happening.
That's right.
And I'm the kind of person who hates that as a mechanic, but will also say it's kind of an interesting mechanic.
There's something kind of dig about that.
Better than any of Yellowbrow's mechanics.
Yeah, for real though. And speaking of Yellowbrow, I forgot to say this earlier. Just for context, we really did not, like, my playthrough was very, very not thorough until the end. Whenever we were talking about the thing about transformations, that was my first transformation. I didn't get the transformation in Chapter 1 to anything like that. So, goodness gracious. So, I don't know. I as much as I would have, like, put Jinchi up there, too, I think I'm probably going to keep him in, like, A or B. I can't remember him too well want to...
I think I would settle for B. I feel like that feels about right.
All right, there you go, big guy. All right. Let's see who we got next. We got Violet Spider.
Okay,
This is the Chapter 3 boss, right?
Yes.
Or 4 boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's fighting the mom.
Yes, yeah. Okay. What? Because I remember their clan. That was the whole thing with Baji, like falling into temptation, right?
Or something like that.
Something to that effect. Darn. Actually, I think this one might be in one my buddy beat because I don't remember too much about Violet Spider's mechanics.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of don't either. Like, I remember fighting the boss and partway through going, wait, is this it? Because I don't know, I think I just kind of immobilized, summoned the boys, blinked a couple times, and she was dead. Like, it was not a very hard fight at all.
The boys.
So, I don't really know what to say.
For sake of our sanity, let's just keep her next to Yellow Robe so he has a friend.
No, that's me. She's not like a bottom of the fucking barrel kind of fight.
Sorry, no, not Yellow Brow.
Sorry.
Yellow
Robe.
No,
yeah, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
That's completely fair.
No,
yeah,
no,
I think that's as fun.
I'm not
like, she is fun.
Yeah, I don't think she's that bad.
I was like, damn, dude, that's hard.
No, Yellow Robe needs a friend. Misty Cloud Cloudy Mist. Hold on.
Okay.
I remember these guys. This is one of the few, like, dual bosses,
yeah,
right?
Because I looked this one up to be like, I don't remember this, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, I do remember this.
This was kind of fun,
honestly, kind of, yeah.
Like, I usually don't like dual bosses. There's something about having to split your attention in most games between two bosses that can get kind of overwhelming. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of games do a really good job of, like, actively, balancing a 2v1. And I think Wukong, while still having its moments, does make an effort to where it's like you're typically only fighting one of them at a time. Mm-hmm. And the other one is not really like doing big, massive explosion attacks or anything like that.
We'll get to that when we talk about Stone Monkey.
We'll get to that.
But for the most part, I would definitely agree. And I think this boss is a perfect example of that. Because you're kind of fighting one, and then the other will tag in.
Yeah, it's like a tag team match.
It's really neat how it works.
Oh man, and I think he was in one of the secret areas, wasn't he? Or at least like on a route to a secret area?
No, I think this was just part of the regular map.
Really? Okay,
if I'm remembering correctly, because I think all the dual bosses except for the Stone Monkey are in Chapter 5. One of them is in the secret area. I think the other two are just part of the map.
Okay. Yeah, no. Either way, though, I think I like this fight enough that I would put him up in A. Like,
no, I would
pretty
agree
easy.
with that. Like, I think that's cool.
Here you go. Excuse me. Here you go, Misty Cloud, Cloudy Mist. Venom Taoist. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this guy is some dude you have to fight for, like, a secret area a couple times, right?
And so is the one below. It's the first fight with him and then second fight with him.
Put him both up here.
So this is, you have to fight him in Chapter 4, and then you get the second fight with him, and then after you beat him, that's when you get the secret area in Chapter 4.
Okay, I kind of remember a little bit of this. I do remember him being, like, a fun fight, but there's not really too much that comes to mind about him being, like, super notable for me, honestly.
Honestly, same. Like, I remember the first phase just kind of beating his ass.
Yep.
And then the second phase, like, okay, this is tougher, but not crazy. Like, I think I still beat him on my first try, but it was kind of neat and kind of fun. I feel like I'd probably just keep him in C.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just get a nice little gang down here for him. All right, what we got up next? Top takes bottom, bottom takes top. Oh, I love this one.
Do you remember this fight?
Yeah. It's the one with the two halves of the ball.
Yeah, I remember fighting just like, okay, I'm fighting two like Beyblades. Okay.
Yeah. This fight's pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, this is one of the other dual bosses, and this is the one that's in the secret area.
Yeah, okay, this is the guy that I'm really, really remembering, honestly. Like, this guy, I think it's like a dude and a woman, right?
I think?
Right, yeah, and they're like, just kind of rolling around. Oh, God, I can't remember a whole lot about this guy, but I just remember the overall just feeling of being like, this is a well-designed... Again, just kind of like, for the most part, a lot of the dual bosses are well-designed in Wukong. You don't really see that often. I'm cool with putting this guy, like, maybe in B here.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
So, I guess top is going to take B, and B will take top. The Great Sage's Broken Shell.
Okay, so this is the final boss.
Oh, man, I like this
fight. I guess
fight.
in that case, do you want to go ahead and find
Stone Monkey? Yeah. We'll talk about Stone Monkey while we're at it. Stony, Son of Stones. Nope, Stone
there
Monkey. I know. And then, so we got Great Sage's Broken Shell and Stone Monkey. I think the Stone Monkey fight is actually really fun until you get to the dual boss part of it. That is where it starts to kind of throw a bit too much at the player to be considered fair, I feel like, for a lot of it.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of fucking hate the Stone Monkey.
You just did not like the Stone Monkey.
I did it. Like, the first phase is fine. Like, I get it, you're the final boss, but why do you hit me so hard?
Fair.
Like, fuck this guy and, like, all of his... I hate the AoE of his attacks.
I can get that. A lot of the AoE, like, the AoE of his attacks are hard to, like, get around, it feels like. And they play with a lot of safe zone areas kind of thing. Like, his ice ones, I've noticed his AoE safe zone is, like, next to him. And that's weird. It's weird to get used to that with some bosses, honestly.
And it's like, the first phase is manageable, but it really hits like a truck. But it's a pretty easy pattern to understand. And then the second phase starts with more of the same, but wow, when he does his AoE, like, you will just melt if it hits you once.
Yeah.
And then it's, okay, now I'm gonna summon, like, my twin. And like we were saying, most of these duel fights are very tag-based, and this one is too, but the one you're not fighting will still actively do shit.
Yeah.
And if it hits you, your health is gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I want to put this thing in D. I don't want to say it's
put
F.
Stone in D.
I hate this thing. I hated that second phase so much.
That is tough because I honestly, like, I don't think I hated the second phase enough to want to put him in D, but man, I think I'm cool with maybe just resting him in C. Come to a compromise.
I will compromise on C too.
But while we're talking about bad manners, the Great Sage's Broken Shell, I think is, like, a good example of, like, kind of the Yellowbrow shenanigans, but making sense. You know, it feels good for Wukong in a weird way, but he's not also, like, being overly malicious about it, other than the gourd shit.
How many times has that happened to you?
Enough at critical moments.
Like, it only happened to me once.
I think it happened to us at least 4 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Like, it happened to me once, so, like, I know kind of what causes this. It's just sometimes when you're drinking, he's like, you know what? Fuck you.
I need a drink.
Yeah, it's like, but like, I don't really know, like, what specifically triggers this. Because I know sometimes he will just cast Immobilize on you, but I think for the most part, if you're not, like, doing anything, he would kind of chill. It might only be if he manages to cast it on you while you're healing, then you're just fucked.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, no, I don't have, like, a whole lot I can really say other than, like, I really enjoyed the fight. I think I want to put this guy, like, up in A, easy.
So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I hate this boss. I hate this boss, and I hate this fight so fucking much, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It was like, this is the final boss. It's kind of like what I was saying about the Stone Monkey. This thing hits me so hard, and I hate it. Like you were saying, he's got all this bullshit he can do, and I hate it. But he's Wukong.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have all this bullshit he can do. Like, I know that move. I use that move. How dare you? But I'm really glad you wanted to do that to me.
I could definitely, and it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like overly, I don't know, bullshit, I guess. Like, kind of like the Yellowbrow fight.
And that's kind of the thing. It's very manageable,
yeah.
The shit that he does. The thing I hated the most is, like, I'm attacking him. He's like, you know what? I understand you have a combo, but I don't respect it. I'm just gonna Stone Skin partway through and then parry your shit.
Yeah.
That's annoying. And that's just kind of a Wukong thing in general. Like, I'm in the middle of a combo and a boss will just, like, not stagger unless I do the finisher in the combo.
Yep.
But to me, this is genuinely an S tier fight. I love the final boss so much.
Let's put him up here. I hope you like the crowd, Stone Monkey. It's getting kind of big. All right. We got Tiger's Acolyte.
I don't think I fought this thing. Like, I looked this one up, did not recognize him. This is a no contest for me.
Tigre Acolyte.
That's what Tigers do best.
Oh! This guy's El Tigre. I get it now. Yeah. No, I don't remember this guy.
Okay, no contest.
No contest. Tiger Vanguard. Well, if I don't remember the Acolyte, no, I do remember the Vanguard. This guy was kind of cool. Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. Genuinely, this is an S tier fight for me. This is one of my favorite fights in the game. I had so much fun fighting Tony the Tiger.
Oh, yeah. I do remember this guy. Easy as cheese.
Like learning his pattern, I thought was really fun. Kind of learn. This was one of the fights where I'm like, I really need to learn how to pick my spots, like with my transformations, with my spells. I had so much fun fighting this dude.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and pop. We'll pop him finesse.
And I think the next one, because I think it's the secret area in Chapter 2. You also kind of do a Tony the Tiger fight.
Okay.
But I think the pattern was a little different, and to me, it just didn't quite hit the same.
So he's bottom of the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. But no, yeah, you want to put him in, like, maybe, like... Because I'm not remembering this guy as much, unfortunately.
Like, right, because I think, like, you fight him, and then afterwards he's like, okay, you're cool, you can move forward and fight, like, the secret boss of Chapter 2. Like, I feel like he's a kind of C tier. Like, I don't think he's a D tier.
Yeah.
Like, he's fine.
He's fine. Let's see, we got the second sister.
Oh, so that's the first spider that you fight in Chapter 4.
Oh, yeah. I kind of remember this. Doesn't she, like, help you with the Chapter 4 fight at some point?
I don't remember if... I think that's a different sister, but I could be wrong. Because I know there's a sister that helps you throughout, and then in the final boss fight, all of the sisters will just help you. And it's part of the cutscene, and then the boss loses a chunk of health, and then if you die... when you do the fight again, he still has that chunk of health missing, which I think is just really cool.
Okay. Yeah, that is actually kind of nice, honestly. Like, a bit of, like, a lingering effect there.
I will be honest, it's one of those fights I don't remember much of. I was like, this is cool, but it was really easy and went by really quick.
Yeah. I don't... Again, this one's not sticking out in my mind, unfortunately. I think I'm going to put her over in a C, just because I don't want to be...
Like, I don't want to be mean and be like, you know, it's disappointing or dog shit. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the Red Lung.
Okay.
Oh, man, he's the first Lung, isn't he?
He's the first one, which you can't do until at least after Chapter 2.
Yeah.
And then you go back to him and you're like, wait, this was really fucking
This is
easy.
a chapter 1 fight, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I want to put it in D specifically for that reason. I know there have been
kinda
other
feel
fights
that.
where I'm like, this is really easy, and I don't want to disrespect it. This one is, I'm like, you have to go back, and he does not feel balanced for that.
Yeah, like, it just feels like a chapter 1 secret boss, honestly. Not even as hard as Elder Jinchi. Yeah, he's just kind of gotta sit there. Supreme Oh, this guy's the chapter 6, like, one of the first fights you have, right? The hand?
Yeah.
I like his design.
His design is fucking wild.
Yeah, like, other than that, I think he's just kind of like a standard fight, like nothing really crazy. What do you remember from it?
I remember fighting him and just not enjoying the fight. I don't think he's like awful, but I just remember being like, this is okay.
Yeah. Like,
Why does he keep killing me? Like, it was one of those fights that doesn't feel that hard.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I keep losing, though. Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of a strange one, honestly. Like, it's kind of an okay fight. I'm cool with keeping him in C or something, yeah.
D's looking a little lonely.
It is. There you go. We don't remember you as well, but you have... C for the cool design.
You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure.
Stone Vanguard. Isn't this the guy that, like, you can just have killed by...
Yes.
By Shangdang?
Yeah, you want to talk about them together?
Yeah, let's talk about
Big Rock
Shangdang.
Dude and Big Rock Dude.
So, I'm going to be honest, like, the only reason I'd want to put Stone Vanguard any higher is because I do find this, like, mechanic
Interaction
cool.
really funny.
Yeah, like, it's just cool to summon a boss to kill another boss for you. But honestly, Stone Vanguard, he's almost like a no contest. So, I honestly, I think I want to put this guy in D tier because he's almost worse than a no contest.
Like, I did fight him because I didn't know about this mechanic until after I beat Stone Vanguard. But yeah, I fought him. I don't really remember him that much. It was just kind of like okay. Yeah, whatever. Like, D is fine. And then we've got, a Shebangarang over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
We got
Shebangarang.
Shindig.
Dude, Shindig was fun, actually. I remember having a good time with this fight. And I thought the whole, like, building your boss kind of thing by getting all the stone eyes is really interesting. I kind of want to bump this guy up to B.
I think that's cool.
And we got Son of Stones. Do we want to just knock the stones out? Because these are all, like, nothing bosses to me.
Yeah.
Like... Honestly, I kind of just want to put...
Yeah, that one's
them
really
in
not
F.
much... Because if I'm remembering correctly, that's, that boss will literally not hit you.
Yeah.
And then you just have to deal with all the mooks, which is not fun.
Oh, no, that's Mother of Stones.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so what was this one, then?
This one, he's a Chapter 6 fight.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, I remember him now. I fucking hated this dude.
It's like almost...
Again, it was one of those fights, like, this is not hard.
Yeah, and like when he hits you, it does good damage, but he barely tries. I don't know what it is, but the stone fights just kind of feel like they're there. I don't even remember Father. What did Father do? Nothing? Did he die?
Check that one real quick, because I don't remember
man.
Father of Stones either. That might be a no contest. Is he chapter 6?
Oh, who knows?
Oh, I did not fight that dude. I don't know who that is.
Okay, maybe this guy could be cool. He's at least got a face.
It's like he looks cool.
But,
Looks like a giant rat bear. This dude looks cool as shit.
yeah, like, what did we...
Yeah, I don't think I fought this guy.
Alright, well, Father Stones, we're gonna be nice to you, Papa, and we'll put you in no contest, because we didn't fight you. You could have been cool.
And there's another one. It's like Flint. There's Flint Vanguard and Flint something else. One of them is the Rock Fire boss.
Oh, yeah, Flint Chief and Flint Vanguard. What? I don't know if I remember these two.
I don't think... One of them I don't think I fought. I think it's Chief I didn't fight, and then Vanguard's just like another Mother of Stones kind of thing, except it will actually fight back. But I just really fucking hate the stone.
Yeah, you know what? Vanguard, You fought this guy?
I believe that one. I might have them backwards, but the one I fought goes at F. The one I didn't goes at no contest.
I don't remember him. Honestly, I don't remember these guys being. If he's anything like these two, fuck him. All right. So I think that's pretty much all those stone dudes. Glad we got them out of the way. Well, we got Scorpion Lord, the Scorpion King.
Yeah, S.
S?
Easy S. This is
S.
the dude who says, "Don't fuck with my drinks. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing." And then you start something, and you are in trouble.
Yes.
This dude is so hard, and
He's
he's
a fun
so
one.
fun.
He has a fun one. Funny story. He just stopped fighting us. There's just a point where we spawned in, and he was gone. I enjoyed that because he was kicking our shit in. Really fun fight though. We kept up getting really close to killing him. He was just better. Like honestly. Yeah, I'm cool with keeping him in
That's
S.
kind of how that fight feels. Like, I'm stronger than you. He's so fast for how
really
big he is.
It's insane how, like, honestly aggressive this guy gets.
Because he fucked with his alcohol.
Yeah.
He says, like, dude, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
It's so funny because I felt it in my bones that there were going to be repercussions, and I did it anyways. Oh, thank goodness he left. All right, Yakusha King.
So I believe that's like Red Boy Phase 1 and then Red Boy Phase 2.
Red Boy Phase 1 and 2. Let's take a look at them. Honestly, Red Boy Phase 2 is a really fun fight. And I feel like that was around the point where the game did feel like it was getting a bit frustrating with some of the boss designs every now and then. But Yakusha King kind of went back to being challenging but still readable with a lot of his attacks. He still has a lot of crazy AoEs, but it's not really like... I guess it's not really AoE more than he just has range.
Well, because that's the thing. Like, because some of his attacks have a lot of range, and then he's got, like, the spike thing.
Spike,
like,
yeah.
That's definitely an AoE.
Yeah.
But it has a very strong... I mean, a lot of them have very strong tells, but the range is way crazier than you think it is. This one is like, no, the range is kind of about where you expect it to be. Like, you can avoid it.
I want to put Yakusha King in A for sure. Red Boy... I think Red Boy I just remember steamrolling, to be honest.
From what I remember, his first phase, like, when he's just Red Boy, is, like, okay, and then partway through, he does this shit where, like, he starts flying and summons a bunch of clones, which was annoying, and then he goes back to being on the ground, and then he gets steamrolled.
Yeah, I do remember that, just a little bit.
I feel like Phase 1 is, like, a solid, like, C tier, maybe B tier fight, and then Phase 2 is, like, an A or S. I think Phase 2 was so fun.
Yeah, I like Yakusha King enough to put him in A, I think. Red Boy, you know what? Join the Shing Dang.
Because I think he kind of hit the nail on the head, where it's like around this time, some of the bosses and some of the level design, I was like, this is really pissing me off. Am I having fun? Okay, now I'm having fun again. Thank you, game.
Exactly. It really does feel like the game comes back for a little bit. Poison Chef.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Because that might be a no contest for me.
I'm thinking. I mean, honestly, who wants to eat anything from a Poison Chef? I know it's Chief. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, okay. No, I remember this because you have to fight at least like one of them in Chapter 6 to be able to progress. It's like a D tier. It's fine, I guess.
He's a here kind of fight.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Pale Axe Stew. Oh, isn't this guy like part of a storyline or something like that? Because I remember fighting this guy very early on in Chapter 5.
Okay, what I think is happening here is... Because a lot of the early parts of Chapter 5, you're, like, in the middle of a war zone.
Exactly,
And then, you're just, like, fighting him in the middle of the war zone, and then afterwards, he's just an NPC.
Yeah, like, you basically just fight him to a standstill, and he, I think, asks you... He requests something of you. Can't remember what.
It's, I don't remember what it is specifically, but after you talk to him enough times, you can go fight the last cart.
Oh,
like, that's how you get the last cart.
So he's like the cart quest line. Got it.
I think that's it, because I think the last cart kills him.
Oh, so we're going to put him in C tier for cart, right? Honestly, though, I do remember his story, or, like, I don't remember, like, his storyline per se, but I do remember being happy seeing like an actual like friendly NPC around this time. I'm cool with putting him up in like we'll put him up in B tier with old Red Boy here.
I really want to put him in B specifically because from what I remember about the mechanic of his fight is, yeah, you're in the middle of a war zone. He can take damage from this shit too. It was like, this is really neat.
That is
how
neat.
This works.
That is really neat. All right, what we got up next? Old Ginseng Guy.
Okay, so this is just one of the like transformation fight things. You know how sometimes when you pull out a plant, it can be a monster?
Yeah,
this is just like a boss version of one of those.
Oh. I don't remember a whole lot of these guys, but yeah. Or at least this guy, specifically.
I remember this was in the snowy area of Chapter 3, where I was very lost for a very long time.
Fair,
Because I was like, I know something I've said to you a few times, I know I've said on the channel a few times, I just wish this game had a map. And then I got to Chapter 6, where the game really fucking needed to have a map.
Yeah, that would be nice.
This to me is just kind of like a D tier. Like, it's just it's a stronger version of a monster that's not really much of a boss.
Yeah, honestly. Non-white.
So, I remember non-able.
Of course.
I don't remember most of the other nons.
This guy's got freaky eyes.
Wait a second. Is he the one... There's one boss, and I think it's one of the nons, is part of the White Fox storyline.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's him.
I never did get around to finishing the Fox storyline, unfortunately. Oof. Yeah, I never actually did get it around to non-white.
I don't remember if it's him or if it's a different... What are the other non-fights?
Well, we have non-void, non-pure, and non-able.
Okay, look at non-void real quick, because it might be that one.
Non-void. I didn't fight this guy either.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's
put
part of the
these guys up here, 'cause
storyline.
we're going to talk about them pretty quick, I think.
Okay. So I think for me, non-white and I think non-pure are no contest, because I don't remember them.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I did fight this non-pure, because I remember fighting the big fat dude.
Okay. I think the only one I fought was non-able, to be honest.
Okay, so I'll put... In that case, let's put white in no contest.
All right.
Pure, I'll put in, like, C. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Void, I'm going to put in A.
A, okay.
Not because it's, like, this incredible fight, but because after what he did to the fox, being able to kick his shit in felt really satisfying.
I could definitely get that. Oh, man, so he's the guy who did the fox dirty in that story?
Yeah, because the fox's storyline is just like, hey, like there was this monk that I like was close to and wanted to make happy, and then he killed me. Can you go kill him for me? And then you show up as the fox, and he goes, I recognize that. What the fuck? Like, I thought I took care of the problem. Oh, okay, like, once a demon, always a demon. You've convinced me I made the right choice. And then you kick his ass.
Wow, actually, that sounds like a cool fight. I didn't even know about it, to be honest.
Like, I think the fight itself is, like, pretty solid. I just like being able to kill him after that shit. And then we've got my boy, non-able. What I love about this fight is someone who has played Tales of Symphonia, the fact that for the first chunk he can't use his hands is just kicking him. Like, this is just like fighting Regal.
Oh, okay.
This is really neat. Oh, now the hands have come out. Oh, now I'm just dying. This guy's a problem.
No, yeah, like, it's kind of surprising how you just feel like you have this good sense of like, oh, okay, this guy's not going to be too bad whenever you're going through his first phase. And you realize the dude is doing like some Frieza shit where he is just not using his full power. Just because. I honestly, I had a really good time fighting non-able. He was a really like fun fight to just kind of stumble on for us. I want to put this guy up in A.
Yeah, I won't fight you on the A for able.
A for able. You are abled. Then we have 9-capped. Oh, that way another one of the guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna put like these fruit bat mushroom dudes over in.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that one specifically is chapter 5, because I think that's like right before you do the spiked ball.
Yeah,
'Cause I think it's right by that shrine. I mean, yeah, I think D is like perfectly fine for it.
I don't remember him being very crazy, other than he gave you a cool mushroom hat. But I'm cool without him. Let's see, Mother of Flamelings.
So that's another one of those kinds of ones. It's right after the Flint Chief or Vanguard, where it's the giant flaming centipede, and then you fight a bunch. She summons other little centipedes too.
Okay, I think this is another one that I didn't actually end up fighting, unfortunately. This doesn't look super familiar, at least. I think I would have remembered fighting a demon centipede, actually.
I'm going to put this in B specifically because this is a transformation, transformation the way that, like, Thanos is.
Oh, wow.
That I used on Erlang because the fire damage just goes through his defense. It's just a straight damage.
That's a good point.
It's not, like, a crazy amount, but you take what you can get, and I'm going to give it respect for that.
I like that. So then we're on to Monk from the Sea.
So this is another one of those, like, essentially an upgraded enemy, and then you can transform into it.
Okay.
These are the enemies that, if this is the boss I think it is, it's like the big tentacle dudes from Chapter 3, if you remember those.
Somewhat. A little bit, yeah.
I really hated fighting those things. And I believe this is the one that's a boss version of that. He gave me a bit of trouble, but I got through it, and then I could use him as a transformation. I think this was the transformation I was using when I beat Yellowbrow, because the Macaque King wasn't working out for me. The transformation I used for a lot of the game was the fire dude from Chapter 1. Being able to freeze Yellowbrow and just get like a bit of damage there and extra combos helped a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So this is kind of also, like, I want to put it in B because of the utility it gave me later on.
Okay, I'm cool with that because I don't have a contest for this guy. I don't think I remember actually fighting this man. Unfortunately, he escaped my clutches. Man in Stone. I remember this fight, but I don't remember it being anything.
Because that's the thing. Like, he's just like, fight me now, and then you just hit him a few times. It's really not a fight.
Here we go, Stone Tier.
Really? Do you want to change F and just say Stone Tier? That's kind of what it's been.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. Stone Tier. All right. So now we're moving on to Mad Tiger.
So I think I looked this one up earlier and did not recognize the fight at all.
Yeah, no, actually, what?
Like, he's this rat-looking tiger dude, and I just don't recognize him. Ugh.
He sure do got a goofy face. Yeah, I think we're gonna put this guy in no contest. I do not remember fighting no Mad Tiger.
Okay, so I think that's all three phases for the Macaque King, right?
Yeah, Macaque King 2, and Macaque King Sack Edition.
Okay. Yeah, you want to start with him?
Let's go it. I had a really fun time fighting the Macaque King, or Macaque Chief. He never was ever, like, so difficult that you couldn't, like, take him down, but it was honestly really fun to just kind of see, like, this one guy almost just be visibly frustrated with the fact that he can't beat you throughout the entire level. And this guy was my first transformation. I had no idea that this mechanic existed in the game.
Like halfway through it.
Until about halfway through it. So I was pretty excited to become Macaque Chief until I fought Yellowbrow. And then I feel like I couldn't do much with Macaque Chief. Like, here I go. That being said, he did give me a bit of utility past that point until we got Yellow Loom. And I do appreciate him for that. I appreciate him showing me there is a mechanic. Being the point in the game where if you were so dense that you did not like find anything else, this is the point in the game where the game just says, well, here you go. Like, just take it. I do enjoy him for being that. I'm cool with putting this guy up in, like, maybe B tier, in all honesty.
So I think for me, the first fight, I don't remember it super well, but it was, like, kind of neat. And then the second fight, he was a lot harder, like, a lot faster, did a lot of damage, was actually doing some ice shit. I was like, okay, this is actually, like, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's right after that is when you get Ring of Fire. And then the sack fight is incredible. I think it's, like, part of the set piece of this. You fought this dude a couple times. You just fought Yellowbrow's first phase and it says, fuck you. go in the sack. Oh shit, I recognize this dude. He's like, I think he's got like wings at one point. He's flying at you. You've got Pigsy like riding shotgun helping you fight this dude.
I do remember that. Oh,
like, I think phase 1 is like a C tier-ish fight. Phase 2 is like a B-ish tier fight. Phase 3 is like an S tier fight. I think it's so fucking cool, like everything about it.
I do dig it. I honestly do think the set pieces around the sack encounter really do elevate it a bit. We got Ling Zuji. This is the chapter 1 fight, isn't it?
That's like
very
the
early.
fox, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's like a...
It is like one of the first fights in the game.
Yeah, it's an incredibly early fight. And it doesn't come early, like, kind of like the White Cloud Ad Noble, where you're like, man, this game is difficult. It's still like a challenge, but I feel like it's a very overcomable challenge for the beginning of the game, honestly. I think he's cool, chilling over in C. Nothing crazy, but nothing like particularly bad, really.
I'll say B just because I like foxes.
Okay.
It was like I would agree. Like it's not a crazy fight. It's like I really like the design.
I like that. King and the Second Prince, huh?
I remember this fight because I remember like, okay, it's a dual boss. One of them is just kind of underground and not doing much. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight the big Unga Bunga Lunkhead and then take care of the other. Oh, I don't have to. I just had to kill one of them.
Yeah, they just
this is neat.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a really fun little fight, honestly. Nothing too crazy about it either, but yeah, no, good little dual boss. I'm cool for just sticking him over in C. Honestly.
I think that's fine.
Do we want to go ahead and take care of First Prince while we're at it, or do we want to leave him?
I think we can. It's thematically relevant.
Yep.
So then you fight the giant son, who's this big rat boy.
Yeah. I remember that one actually being kind of cool, and like it's like one of the first fights where like you can, I think, uncover extra areas by having him like attack certain spots in the fight. I think that's a really neat idea. They don't really see that in a whole lot of games where like your boss arena or like secrets can be uncovered by, you know, messing with the boss.
I can think of only one other, and like you know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, which one is that?
Fireman.
Fireman?
Big fire beast that you get like the second.
Yeah.
That's the
only
other one
I thought you were talking about another game for a minute
Mega
there.
Man.
Yeah, I was like Mega Man. But no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do really enjoy that, honestly. I think I want to put First Prince a little higher because of that. I kind of want to put him maybe either in B or A.
I think B sounds good.
All right, there you go. Then we got the Yin Yang Yo-Yo.
Okay, because I think this is a 2-phaser.
Yeah.
Where like you're fighting the dude who's got like ink and shit, and then you fight him and like some of the stuff he makes, and then you just fight the fish.
Isn't this like sometime before the Baji encounter, right?
This is no, because this is chapter 5.
Okay, so this is still 5, or this is in 5.
Yes, because I think it's like you get turned into like a cricket or some shit, and you overhear a conversation, and he's flirting with like the queen or whatever, and then Bajé's like, actually, I was the queen fucking with you, and then he gets really mad, and then you fight him, or like you fight the stuff he makes, and then you fight the giant thing he makes.
Okay.
And from what I remember, it's a really cool set piece. I think the fight was alright, but I just really liked the vibe of this dude like making these ink monsters, and I'm like, alright, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, dang, that guy's not sticking out in my mind too much either, in all honesty. Where would you want to put him on this one? I'll leave this guy up to you.
I feel like kind of like C-ish, B-ish.
Kind of C-ish, B-ish. We'll keep him in C. C's looking a little lonely now.
Okay.
We're putting a lot up in B.
And then right next to him, or right down there, that's the first phase of it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we'll keep the man and his fish together. Why not?
I like that.
The Kangjin Star and Loon.
Okay.
Oh, these were chapter 3 fights on the turtle, right?
Yeah. I think the loon you fight, that's not the loon you fight on the turtle. That's the one that you fight like on the frozen lake. but that's the lightning lady that you fight on the turtle.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember it being like kind of a cool fight. And like for like one of those bosses that kind of fly around and like stay out of your reach, I didn't feel like I was getting super like punished the whole time she was doing that. You know, like it wasn't like the worst things to avoid, and when you were getting hit, you weren't like dying from those hits. Yeah, I don't remember it being like a particularly offensive fight with that, honestly. That being said, I don't remember it being anything that really got my blood going, you know, like anything.
It was
like
for me because I remember this is a fight I was stuck on for a bit.
Oh, really?
I remember like she gave me a lot of trouble.
Okay.
And it was one of those fights where I kind of realized, oh right, I'm not playing Bloodborne. Because I'm very unga bunga when I was playing this game, and a lot of times like, you know what? Pick my spots. I know I can't get a full combo in all the time, but get a few hits, retreat, get a few hits, retreat. If I play more defensively, I'll probably do better. And I didn't do that as much as I should have throughout the game.
Yeah.
But this was, to me, one of those fights that really drilled that into me. It's like, if you're having trouble with a boss, just reapproach that. I think it's a really fun fight for me. And then the dragon was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember it's like one of the first like bosses that they showed, I feel like. Whenever they were first showing like footage of the game when it was first announced or whatever.
That I don't remember. I will take your word on that.
Fair enough. Because I remember being kind of excited to fight. Like, there's kind of like this big, like, long dragon. But overall, it was just kind of a there fight for me with the dragon. And Kang Jin was pretty fun.
I would want to put her in A personally.
Okay.
The dragon we can put around like C, if that's good.
Yeah, I'm cool with putting him in C. Do you mind if we honestly just take a quick break?
No, that's fine.
Cool.
So what we can do, so it's Alt F9. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take 5, 10, whatever here, chill for a bit, and then we will resume.
Sounds good.